Hey guys, it's Miss Hagan. Welcome back. Today what we're going to be talking about is the rock cycle. Oh, it rocks. Pun intended. Okay, so, wow, I laugh at my own jokes. Okay, anyway, so what we're going to talk about is the rock cycle. And we're going to talk about different types of rocks as well. Now, the rock cycle is important because without it, we would not have what we're standing on. We wouldn't have the continuation of things, of mountains growing and things like that happening. So, the rock cycle, one thing that people get really confused about with rock cycle is thinking that it just goes in a circle because it's a cycle. But that's not the case. It can go in a circle and that's fine, but it might also go from sedimentary to igneous, go cut across, or it might go diagonal. It can go every which way, right? It can work so many different kinds of ways. So it is a cycle, but it's not stuck going in a circle. And that's something we just got to get through our heads, that is not the case. It doesn't have to go in a circle. It could go in a square if it wanted to. It could go in a diamond if it chose to. Any kind of shape, maybe not a rhombus or a trapezoid. I don't know. I didn't do good at geometry, okay? But the main thing that you need to remember when we're talking about the rock cycle is how the different rocks form, okay? How do we get the different things and what are some things they have to go through? Well, obviously they're going to have, some of them are going to have to go through heat. Some of them are going to have to go through pressure, weathering, and erosion, okay? These are key parts of the rock cycle. And it's really important that we understand the difference between weathering and erosion. A lot of people get those confused or think they're the same thing. So weathering is when you have something breaking apart, okay? So this would be like when it rains and then when it rains and water gets in cracks in the road, and then it freezes and expands and it starts breaking the road apart and we get potholes. Okay, that's why we don't have as many potholes here in Georgia as they might have in a state where there's a lot more snow. Okay, so weathering is breaking apart. Now erosion is moving. So erosion is moving the different sediments and stuff to somewhere else. So think about like when it rains and maybe you see a construction site along the side of the road and you see all this dirt flowing down the side of the road. That's erosion. There's not only water erosion, there's wind erosion, there's erosion by glaciers, there's all kinds of different erosions. You can think about the Dust Bowl for erosion, okay? So don't get those confused. They are two separate things, even though they kind of had a similar impact, okay? Now, we're going to talk about the different types of rocks. There are three kinds. What are they? Okay, one more. Right, okay, so we have sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. Igneous is the best one to say, but we have sedimentary. Okay, so sedimentary, there are three kinds. There's three kinds of sedimentary rock. There's clastic, like classic, but clastic. Or plastic with the C, clastic, okay? Chemical, and organic. Well, my marker's just organic. I think I spelled that wrong. Oh well, you guys know what it is. Yeah, there should be an A right there. That was supposed to be a G. Organic. There we go. Now, the way that these form are different, okay? So, classic forms through mechanical weathering. So this would be like if there was water that got in a crack in a rock and froze and broke it apart. There's two types of weathering, chemical and mechanical. Chemical, we'll talk about later when we talk about acid rain. That sounds bad mojo, okay? Chemical is when we have like a solution and it settles out to leave something behind, okay? So like rock salt is a great example of this. So I'm just gonna say left behind. Okay, and then organic is made up of plant and animal matter. So some examples of these We have, for sedimentary, we have one called breccia. Okay. Chemical would be rock salt. Okay, and NaCl, sodium chloride, right? And organic would be limestone. So limestone is used a lot in people's homes or gardens or things like that. So if you have limestone in your house, guess what? You have plant and animal matter. But this stuff's really old. It's not just like something that died 50 years ago. This is really old things, okay? So those are different types of sedimentary rocks. I'm not going to ask you to look at a picture and identify it on an assessment. You're not going to have to worry about that. But you do need to know some examples or need to know how they form. Okay, so that's sedimentary. Then comes our next rock type, which is metamorphic. Metamorphic. I always think about the Power Rangers when I see this. Maybe because they're mighty morphing Power Rangers. I don't know. You can tell it's later in the day. All right, so there are only two types of metamorphic rock. They are foliated and non-foliated. Okay, so we have foliated, non-foliated. Okay, so foliated, those types of rocks, they have ridges, not ridges, but they have like lines of different colors in them, okay? And these form under intense heat and pressure. Okay, so these would form from intense heat or pressure. Okay, then we have non-foliated. Non-foliated is when you have a sedimentary rock that is, well, that's an N, wow, is morphed into this kind of rock. So this is not, this is a rock that is not foliated, so it doesn't have the lines, it's just there, okay? Now, when I give you an example, you'll probably be able to better understand what I mean by that. So for foliated, we have schist, not shit. A lot of people say that wrong, and I'm not being... There are a lot of science words that sound like curse words. This is one of them, okay? Have fun. Just saying it's a bad word, okay? And then we have marble for non-foliated. So some of you may have marble in your house. You may have marble countertops. You may have marble tile in your bathroom. Marble is really popular. And so this is a non-foliated rock. Real quick fact, might be a bonus question. The marble capital of the world is in Georgia. It's in Pickens County or Jasper, Georgia. And a lot of marble comes out of there and is used all around the world. Ta-da, yay, Georgia, okay? So it's metamorphic. Woo, we're flying. So fast. One more rock type, and it's the most fun one to say, and that's right, it's igneous. Igneous. All right, so there's only two types of igneous rocks. There's intrusive and extrusive. And to me, these are the easiest to remember how they are made. Their names give it away. So intrusive means that this rock was formed below the earth. It was in the earth. So this is below the surface of the earth. It's in earth. Okay, so what do you think extrusive is? You're right. It's made outside the surface, or it's on the surface of the earth. Okay, now examples of these would be things like intrusive would be granite. Okay, granite is another popular stone or rock that we use in our houses, or we see like gravel. A lot of gravel is granite. Okay, extrusive would be rhyolite, or you could also say pumice. Okay, pumice is really common. You can find that at Walmart or CVS or Walgreens, Rite Aid, whatever kind of store you go to that's like that. You could find them there. They're what you use to get dead skin off. So a lot of people use them in their bathroom, have them in their bathrooms. If you ever go get a pedicure, they'll use them on your feet and they feel super duper awesome. Okay, so that's what we worry about with the rock cycle and the different types of rocks. There is an activity below that we did in class, and the answer is there for the whole rock cycle, so you can check it out, because Lord knows I can't draw the whole thing. So it's down below in the comments, and let me know if you guys have any questions about anything, and I will hook you up with hopefully a good answer. All right, so peace out, Girl Scouts.